Part 10, The Corrupt Bargain and the Rise of the Populist 1824 to 1828 Intro. By 1824, the era of good feelings had ended. The country was expanding rapidly, and the older generation of East Coast politicians was losing its grip on the nation. The working class, the frontiersmen, and the veterans of 1812 wanted a voice. They found their champion in Andrew Jackson. He was the hero of New Orleans, a man who stood firm on the frontier. He was unpolished and viewed as an outsider by Washington insiders. When the presidential election of 1824 arrived, 4 men ran for the office. Jackson won the popular vote. He won the most electoral votes, but he did not become president. Welcome to Part 10. This is the election of 1824 and the rise of the populist. Era 1, the four-way fight. Because there was only one major political party at the time, the Democratic Republicans split into factions. 4 candidates stepped into the ring. You had John Quincy Adams, the brilliant but cold son of a former president. You had William H. Crawford, the favorite of the old Southern elite. You had Henry Clay, the smooth-talking Speaker of the House. And you had Andrew Jackson, the outsider. When the votes were counted, Jackson had a clear lead, but he did not have the absolute majority required by the Constitution. According to the rules, the decision went to the House of Representatives. The Washington insiders panicked. They viewed Jackson as a dangerous outsider who would change the republic. They had to stop him. Era 2, the political agreement. Henry Clay came in 4th place, so he was eliminated from the running. But as Speaker of the House, he had immense power over who would win the tiebreaker. Clay heavily disliked Jackson. He saw him as a rival. So Clay held a private meeting with John Quincy Adams. A few days later, the House voted to make Adams the 6th President of the United States. Immediately after taking office, Adams appointed Henry Clay as his Secretary of State, which was considered the stepping stone to the presidency. Jackson and his supporters erupted in fury. They called it an unfair arrangement. To them, it was proof that a few wealthy elites in Washington could override the voters to protect their own power. Era 3, the birth of a new machine. Jackson did not just get mad, he got organized. He spent the next 4 years building a massive political machine. He broke away to form the modern Democratic Party. This was not a party for the elite. It was built for the common man, the farmer and the laborer. Jackson and his allies campaigned relentlessly, framing the next election as a grand battle between the wealthy Washington establishment and the true American public. By the time the 1828 election rolled around, Jackson's momentum was an unstoppable force. He defeated John Quincy Adams in a massive landslide. The political landscape of America was changed forever. The era of the Founding Fathers was officially over, and the highly competitive age of mass democracy had begun. Tactical reality. The election of 1824 is a harsh reminder that the political establishment will prioritize its own survival. They changed the rules behind closed doors because they were terrified of an outsider disrupting their system. We are seeing similar challenges with leadership today. Our government has become entrenched in its own bureaucracy. From schools to veteran support systems, the system is designed to protect itself. We need constitutional reform to return power to the people. It takes true grit to force a broken system to change. If you want the truth and tactical lessons from the front lines of history, join the Veteran Perspective Substack. We talk about how to fix our schools and support our veterans by looking at the hard reality of our past.